Okay, sorry about that. My son is at the doctor's and he needs surgery, and I'm trying to deal with all of this and deal with him. Um, okay, so I had already seen the rheumatologist, and I had told him what she thought. I say to him, I've heard gabapentin works really well for stuff like this. He doesn't recommend it. I did the research. So he just puts me on it. Okay, that's fine. At least he puts me on it. Doesn't change the other things. He puts me on literally like the highest dose at first. He puts me on 3 pills a day. I don't know much about these medicines, so I just go with what the doctor says. So he has me on 3 of those a day. They're 300 milligrams, so I'm taking 900 milligrams of that. Within, I'd say, 2 months, I'm noticing I'm super depressed. I don't want to get out of bed, don't want to do things. I mean, obviously I have to because I have 4 kids. We were living in a hotel off and on. We were going through construction, and I'm feeling so terrible. I just can't function. I gained a little over 20 pounds during that time because apparently I'm having a bad reaction to this medicine. So I think I wait about 6 months on it, and I finally had enough. So I try to taper off because he's not helpful. I actually did get off gabapentin. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. They say it's not that hard to get off of. Some people, other people, you hear horror stories. I was that horror story. It took me a week of one of the worst withdrawals I've ever had. And I'm having to do this with kids, 4 kids, running a business. I work a lot, especially during that time. I was working a lot. And my house is under construction. So fast forward, let me just tell you what's going on now. About 3 months ago, I go to get my Soma, and I'm at the pharmacy. I get the Soma. I keep all of my oxycodone in a lockbox just in case. You never know. I don't want my kids to get it. I don't want anything to happen because you can't just go off of that. It's dangerous. So I go in, I leave, I go to drive off. I do drive off, and I'm getting ready to put all the Soma in the lockbox. I can't find the lockbox. I'm in full-blown panic mode at this point, searching the car everywhere. I call the pharmacy. Did I leave it there? Is it in the parking lot? I call places in that parking lot. No one's found it. I have 10 days till my next refill. And unfortunately, at this point, if you've never experienced this, these pills are highly addictive. So not only can you not stop taking it, you don't want to stop taking it because it's helping your pain, or at least I thought, because to be honest, the last year has been hell. My pain has been off the charts, and I'm on all these medicines. So I'm like, how is this possible? I'm on so many drugs, and I'm in so much pain. So anyways, I call the doctor, and I tell them what happens. I file a police report, and they tell me that the doctor's under investigation with the DEA and the DOJ, and he can't do anything about it. He can't give me 10 more days of medicine, in which I told him I could have withdrawals, seizures, crazy things happen to me. I can't just go off these medicines. It's not my fault that he's under investigation. So they say, go to the ER or go to your primary. At this point, I didn't have a primary anymore with the new insurance. So I go to the ER, and they give me something else, which it's not the same, and it won't help enough for withdrawals. So I call the pharmacy, and they said, I've never heard of a doctor doing that to someone. That's inhumane. You need to go to an urgent care and tell them this, and they will help you. So I do. Thank God for Laverne Urgent Care and Dr. Sadiq. He gave me the next 10 days so I wouldn't be in full-blown withdrawals and wouldn't have serious side effects. So that was strike 1. Actually, that should have been strike 3 for all the things that he put me through, this doctor. It's been 5 years now. So last strike, last month, I write down my appointments. I'm not great with them, I'm not going to lie, but the problem is with this doctor, you see him every 4 months, and they don't call you to remind you. So I had my appointment as December. It was like December 3rd or 4th, something like that. So they don't answer their phones ever. Like, you call, it's busy constantly. If you finally get through to leave a message, they won't call you back. I've been trying to get my chart for weeks. I've even emailed. To get your refill, literally, I start calling a week before because I know that I'm not going to get it. So my refill for Soma is the following Thursday. I call the Thursday before. Call. Busy. Finally get through to leave a message. No response. Same thing Friday. Same thing Monday. Same thing Tuesday. Same thing Wednesday. And it's getting to the point where I'm panicking because I'm like, great, same thing's going to happen. So finally, the day my refill's due, someone calls me, says, hey, Lisa, you missed your appointment last week. We can't refill your prescriptions. I said, what are you talking about? My appointment's not for another month. You see me every 4 months. In which she tells me we changed it to every 3 months. Again, this doctor's office is ridiculous. So I said, I'm so sorry. I honestly thought it was this day. I have it written down. I said, can you just get me in? Get me in then. I can't go off these medicines. She goes, we can't get you, mind you, this is in November, beginning of November. We can't get you until the end of February. I was like, okay, really? You're seeing too many patients if that's the case. So again, I'm in panic mode. I'm going to have to get off these medicines immediately, dangerously. So I was done. I'm done with this doctor. He has me so drugged up. I can't be without the medicine. My pain is getting worse, not better at this point. It's like something has happened. It's not working anymore. And I've learned a lot about medicine over the last few days and what it does. So I decided to find a pain doctor, and I'll pay cash for it until I can switch my doctor. So call a doctor. Thankfully, he's amazing. I got in the following week, so I wasn't going to be out of medicine, or at least I didn't think so. I get there, first thing, they pull up all the medicines I'm on before I even see the doctor. The nurse says, this doctor does not prescribe Soma. I just want you to be aware of that before you go in to make sure if you want to spend your money here or not. In which I said, of course I do. If he has something better, he doesn't, there's a reason he's not giving that. I'd like to know. So I go to inside this doctor. I speak with him, and he's amazing. He tells me right off the bat, he's like, I'm shocked that you're on this much Soma. This is only supposed to be a 3-week drug max. You've been on it for 5 years. He's like, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night giving my patient even 1 week of this. He goes, I refuse to prescribe this. I won't prescribe it to my patients. It can kill you. It's deadly. It's addictive. And on top of that, you're also on oxycodone. So not a good mix. He then diagnoses me, and I forgot, the rheumatologist also diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. And he says, you have fibromyalgia as well on top of all these other things. That's why your whole body's freaking out. Which is nice to hear something, like a reason why you're in this much pain all the time. And he says, the medicines are working against you at this point. You've been on them for 5 years, and this is what happens. They stop working. Your tolerance for them is too high. They don't work for pain. In fact, now they're probably causing you more pain, which is really frustrating to hear because my doctor could care less. He tells me that he wants to help me get off of Soma, in which I am ecstatic, and we'll work on the oxycodone next and what we need to do. He thought I should stay on it probably 4 times a day, not 5 times a day. So I used to take it 3 times a day. He prescribes me 2 times a day. So I'm dropping down to 2 pills. So I'm dropping 1 pill. Let me tell you, if you've ever been on Soma, it is hell to drop even 1 pill, to drop a half a pill. My body freaked out. I'm sick every day, like nauseous. I can't even describe to you. I feel so bad for my family that I have to go through this with them. Oh, sorry, my little hospital bracelet from today. I'll tell you about that later. So 2 weeks in, I've had enough. I feel like I just can't do this anymore. I don't want to be on any of these medicines. I feel like he's ruined my life for the last 5 years, especially the last 2 years. It's progressively gotten worse where there's some days I don't want to get out of bed. There's some days I cannot get out of bed because I'm in so much pain. I'm fatigued. And yes, a lot of these things are from fibromyalgia. You don't feel good, and you don't want to do these things. I can't do, I used to go to the gym 6 days a week. I can't even go on a bicycle, like sit there and do it without being miserable. I just want to feel good again. And I've read so many medicines that can help with these that are not narcotics. So I feel so bad for my family. I'm miserable myself. If I go on vacation, I have to worry about which pills I can take and can I get a refill? And it's like you live day to day wondering, like not wondering, but like having to worry about taking these pills. I'm taking 8 pills a day, and if I don't, my body freaks out. So finally, I've had enough. I know many people don't do this because it's very hard, but I'm doing this so that I can give hope to some other people. I know I'm in the beginning of this, but you can get off of these. You can. And I decided, so I got in contact from a friend. She gave me this lady's number at Pomona Valley Hospital. And they have this bridge program where you go to the ER after 12 hours of not having any medicine. You have to be in withdrawal, which nobody wants to be in that. It's miserable. And you go there, they give you a dose of this medicine, which is honestly a miracle drug. It's called Suboxone. And then I did that today. I already set up, and then I set up another doctor, like a telecom doctor, that I will be working with throughout this process. So anyways, I went there today, got the first dose. Within 15 minutes, the withdrawals were gone. I felt so much better. My pain was gone. It was shocking. They're supposed to, so they watch you for half an hour to see if you're better or worse. So they told me, okay, we're going to see, and then we'll give you one more dose. And we'll watch you for another hour. Then we'll send you home with a prescription, and then you follow up with those other people. I did so well. I felt so good that they didn't even give me a second dose. They just sent me home with a prescription. Now, for somebody that was taking the amount of pills that I'm taking, let me tell you, that's huge. It's hard, even if you're on 2 5-milligram oxycodons, if you've been on that for even 2 years, even a year. It is hard to get off. Anybody who's been on them for a decent amount of time, they know. I have a lot of friends who have struggled with this. It is very difficult. I'm assuming it's the same with alcohol. I don't drink at all because I take these medicines. It's hard. It is a very hard thing to do. And I just want to say that this has been so eye-opening and so amazing. The people there, the doctors there, the nurses there were so helpful. I'm about 6 hours from taking that first dose. I haven't taken a second one yet, and I haven't taken any of my pills today. I have a lot of people praying for me, and I am hoping to get my life back. I want to be able to go to the gym again. I can't even go. People ask me to go to the fair or Disneyland. There's not a chance I could do that. I'm only 39 years old, and I cannot do that. It's sad, and it's not fair. So anyways, I just want to say that it's possible to get off these. I know some people are going through this with alcohol or other things or these kind of prescription drugs, and you can get off of it. You have to want to, though. Like for me, I don't want to be on them. It's more of a hassle than helpful, and it wasn't helping me anymore. So if you need help, I can help you get to that program. You won't believe how amazing, and you won't regret it. Like, I'm so happy for my future, and I can't wait to go. My pain doctor doesn't know this yet, that I'm doing this. I can't wait to see him on the 21st to be like, hey, I'm off of everything. Like, let's start fresh. Like, I've heard of this medicine, Cymbalta, that's supposed to be amazing for fibromyalgia patients, and like life-changing. People say it's like miraculous, and 3 days in, they're walking and back to the gym. So I'm really praying that that's the case for me, or at least doing something that's not narcotics anymore. These doctors should be responsible and held accountable. This doctor should be held accountable. He should have never put me on those 5 years when it says you're supposed to be on it for 3 weeks, no more. It's not right. And I know I'm not the only one. I know they're more regulated now, so there's probably other people that aren't on as much, but even if you're on a little bit, it's too much. It's too much. So I'm going to continue with my journey, and I'll be posting things. But I just want to give people hope, because I was held the last few hours with the withdrawals. I was really struggling because the first 9, you're not miserable, and then you get pretty miserable. I'm doing a lot better, and I hope it keeps going better. It seems like it will be. I've talked to other people, and I think it will be fine. I don't have that like thought of wanting to take the medicine, the oxycodones. I don't want anything to do with them. I feel like they ruined my life for several years. But yeah, I'll keep you posted. But the whole reason of this is to help anybody else that is going through this. I mean, it's a very private thing, but I don't think a lot of people know that you can get help to get off of this. People want you to get off of this. There are doctors and clinics. They are here to help you get off of these things safely. Don't try to do it cold turkey. I've tried. It doesn't work. It backfires. You need help and you need support. So call me or text me if this is you and you've been thinking about it. And even if it's alcohol, I know a lot of my mom friends, they drink every night. That's an alcoholic. It is. If you need it every single day, it's a dependency. It's something that you can't be without. It's a dependency. And this will help. I mean, I'm not judging anybody because I'm in the same boat, but it's just good to finally see a light that, like, hey, this is gonna end. I'm gonna feel better again. So again, if you need help, please reach out to me. I would love to share my story with you.